No mai hoki mai e te whānau ki te karere pāho. Welcome to Big Hairy News. I almost had it, guys. I missed it by that much. As you'll see, I'm by myself right now. So, welcome to a very green, bright hairy news today. Oof, I do not like my face being this big on the screen. It's strange. So for those of you who might not have heard, Ems is off at a birthday party, a 60th birthday party. So her and Mr. Ems are out having dinner, or probably finishing dinner about now, I imagine. And so it's just going to be you and me for tonight. We might be joined by the detective later, but I am not 100% sure. But we'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. It's going to be a very, yes, Nemesis is going to be a very intimate evening. I will be obviously very much relying on the chat to help with some of the corridor tonight. But it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I've got a bit of stuff for us to go through. So it will be fine. But hopefully you've all had a good week, a good day, and maybe got some good plans for the weekend. As you can see, got something new in the background there. So this is good old QR code that you can get people to scan to enroll to vote. So if you haven't done it, get onto it. Oh, I see Ems is watching us. Hi. Hopefully I don't set the house on fire too much. Nah, she'll be right. She'll be right. But yes, I'm glad to see that we've all had a good day. I saw we had a bit of a pre-show today with Dr. Gary Payender in the front line. So if you didn't get to watch that, that's obviously on the channel. Go have a watch. Always a good time when there's a corridor with good old Gary. Good to see you guys are having a good night. And yes, sadly, Laura was not able to join us today. But hey, maybe next time, huh? It'd be busy out there. The economy's hard. We're all just trying to get by. And yes, I'll be honest, Ems, it's really weird being by myself. But you know what? I've had a lot of new experiences this week, so let's just add this to it. Um, and I guess to allude to what I got up to this week. So, as I've mentioned over the last probably couple of months, I am an audio describer for the blind and low vision. And so this week, for the Aotearoa New Zealand Arts Festival, I got to do some audio describing for one of the shows. It was really awesome experience. I did get given a few curveballs. I had spent quite some time working on a script from a video that was given to me of a performance, and then I turned up on the day before to find out that the cast had changed, and it was almost a completely new show because they'd added in a bunch of extra, um, just a bunch of extra pieces in there. So I had to go home, frantically write some new notes, and kind of just play it by ear and kind of wing it, and it was fun. It's something that I'm really excited that there is some funding being put into like access into the arts. I'm quite a big advocate for making everything as accessible as it can be, and obviously the arts is not quite the most accessible, even just down to how a lot of the event spaces, the seating, things like that. There is a lot to consider. So yeah, it was a really awesome experience. Very very drained, very exhausted, as I had the green conference last week, which me and Laura, we were in a group together, guys. It was cool. And obviously there was quite a few BHNers with us, which was awesome. So I got to meet quite a few of you. And actually, a few of you I noticed didn't come and say hi, but I saw the BHN t-shirts. So that was really cool. I was kind of walking to the bathroom at one point, and I go, "Oh, that's a cool Palestine. Wait a minute, I know that Palestine t-shirt. That's it from our website." So yeah, that was really cool. And it's always good to get to talk to other Green Party members, but also getting to meet and talk to candidates has been exhausting, but really, really fun. I'm really excited for this upcoming election, to be honest. I mean, I know sometimes we can get a little exhausted, angry, and a little worried that, the fight's just getting a bit hard. But I think being in a space with so many people who share the same, values and kind of you all just want the same thing, and the room was so diverse. Like, you had for a political party, you had your usual, like, old white people, but then you had literally everything else you could imagine. Like, it was so cool and just a great environment to be in. Obviously, very overwhelming. Our candidates did a really awesome job, but so did our delegates. They have so, like, as we like to say, the Green Party, they're the ones who decide. We are, and it's a really hard decision, guys. So, if you want to, have a say in the Green Party, just a reminder that you can join. Obviously, if you join now, you won't really be able to partake in a lot of the decision making process at the moment, since there is a 6-month period that you must be a member before. But, you know, there's going to be plenty of kaupapa to do, heaps of stuff. So if you do want to, just go to the Greens website. It's $5 if you're poor, and it's 30 if you're not. And it's awesome. You get to interact with your local branches. You get to get out there and get involved. Obviously, there's a lot of volunteering starting to gear up at the moment. And so it's been really awesome seeing, like, we've had door knockers already going out. I know data entry just started up on Thursday. Sadly, I couldn't go as I had my show. But yeah, there's a lot of mahi that's got to be done. But it looks like people are really putting their hands up and putting their hands in and saying, yeah, I wanna do this. And I'm so excited to see it. I mean, I think I also came up with a bit of a line that you guys will probably hear me saying for a little while is, we gotta put our mahi where our mouth is. And I think it's just that simple. Oh, why am I little? Oops. There we go. But yeah, put your mahi where your mouth is. Like, we got to get in there, whether it's something as simple as helping with food for volunteers or data entry, or if you're awesome and you're one of those people who wants to go door knocking, do that. And obviously phone calling. There's heaps of stuff. And with the phone banking, you can even do it from home. Like, work from home, volunteer. There's always a space for everyone. And I think that's just a really important thing for us to kind of think about going into this year, is that, like, how am I able to, help in a way that's not going to obviously, you know, damage or take too much from you. So yeah, it's going to be awesome to keep doing this mahi, really. So, and actually, speaking of all of these things, I should probably do some of my beginning of show mahi. It also means that I'll get to put something on the screen, and it won't just be me hanging out here. Here we go. So, obviously, if you would like to support this show, there's many ways you can do it. You can come along and be a Patreon, which we would really appreciate. Obviously, there's a lot of mahi that people are planning in the background. A lot of podcast shenanigans that there needs to be had. So if you'd like to support us and tautoko, just go to Patreon and you can support us for as little as $5 a month. And we have monthly meetups, which we're probably due one soon, actually, online, which are great. We get to kōrero, and if there's things that you'd like to, let Pat know, that's a great way to do it. But also, we obviously have our beautiful, beautiful website that Yoan has been doing amazing mahi on. And here you can find all of our podcasts, including Locked Out, The Frontline, The Collective. And obviously, if you want to join us on the Discord, right in the top up here, you can click that button and join our Discord, which is actually quite exciting because, real quickly, I'm going to actually change a thing. We hit 666 Discord members as of at least today. And because I was an emo kid, I went teehee 666 How fun. But yes, it's great to see that we've got so many people in there. We've also created some new channels so that we've got BHN Greens and BHN Labour. And obviously, if you would like a BHN Te Pāti Māori, hit me up. I'll add one in there. And yeah, so those are just spaces where we can start kind of working together, seeing what's going on in our areas. We also have an Election 26 channel as well. So that's where we're putting a lot of resources at the moment. So if there's resources like pictures, posters, anything like that, that's a great space to put them in, because obviously it's good to have somewhere you can find all of that stuff, because there's always so many things you're like, oh, where is it in my phone? So that's a great way to kind of keep that space there. But we better get back to our website. Um, bhn.nz, you can also go ahead and go to the shop and get some of our awesome merch. We obviously see, this is the shirt that I got to see this weekend. Actually, I think it was the black version though. You can't bomb the truth away. Great shirt, great hoodie. Obviously, you got our classics, and our new Ditch the Pricks in 26, which I am obsessed with. It is so good. And obviously, we also have our stickers and our badges and our mugs, which I need a mug actually. I'm currently drinking out of a Harry Potter mug, so I definitely need a new one. But yes, if you'd like to support us, go there, and we'd really appreciate it, because obviously doing all of this, it does take time, and Pat works really hard behind the scenes as well. So really appreciate the support, whānau. And I guess it's so weird being by myself, guys. Oh, it's just so buzzy. My brain's still getting used to it. It's also strange playing both M's and my role. I'm like, I need to be able to jump from side to side. Be like, hey, what did you think about that, Magenta? Oh, actually, it was quite good. But no, we won't do that. And obviously we've got some kind of heavy news tonight, as you've seen from the title of the show tonight. But it's we've also got some happy news. I've made sure that we'll end on the happy news. I've got some memes in the background as well, in case we need to kind of rescue it, in case I go off on some tangent where I make you guys depressed and shit, because I'm pretty sure I did that to you last week. So I'll try not to do that to you this week. Also, thank you, Pete. I appreciate it. Anyway, we better hop into our next. Oh God, depressing, guys. So this one's a pretty heavy one. As you would have seen, child poverty is not great. So this article I came across: families making impossible decisions amid child poverty crisis. Child poverty activists say families are having to make impossible decisions and go without life's essentials following the release of the new Stats NZ data. The statistics agency said 1 in 7 kids are living in material hardship, according to research conducted between July 2024 and June last year. Child Poverty Reduction Minister Louise Upston has said reducing child poverty was a priority, and that the government is making changes to improve the lives of families, like lowering the targets. I mean, what? Advocates are calling for change after the latest data on child material hardship did not show a statistically significant difference compared to 2024 and 2018. But it did show a statistically significant increase compared to 2022. The Child's Commissioner said the data showed that there are 47,500 more children in material hardship in 2025 than there was in 2022, compared to 169,300 compared to 121,800. The Children's Commissioner said affected kids were going without key life essentials. I'm talking about things like access to fresh fruit and vegetables, being able to go to the doctor or dentist, being able to have a good bed to sleep in. I think we can all agree no child in New Zealand should be going without these things. Dr. Ahmed said the half of the children in poverty had parents that were in work. So it was important that people have the pay that can lift kids out of deprivation. She said child poverty needs to be a priority for successive governments. Children cannot wait for our economy to improve. Children get one chance at childhood, and we've got to act and get this right now. Child Poverty Action Group communications manager Isaac Gunson said some families were being forced to make impossible decisions. They're paying power and rent so they can keep the lights on and keep a roof over their head, and they're going to see if there's anything for them at the food bank. No one in this country should be having to make decisions like that. On Friday, Gunson called the figures frustrating because the solutions to causes of poverty were known. He told Morning Report that material hardship numbers dropped in years when government focused on lifting income support for low-income whānau. Housing costs have risen higher, electricity costs have risen higher than the general inflation number, food and groceries have risen higher. If income support is going to be indexed to general inflation, then the government doesn't really have to cut core benefits because inflation will do the cutting for them by cutting the purchasing power of what little money low income families have. He said that there was no way to target the target to reduce material hardship to 6% by 2028 would be reached. It's probably time for the government to concede and tell us what their realistic targets are going to be. Unless support was provided, Dave Letele, said the conditions kids lived in would deteriorate. The New Zealand that our grandkids grow up in will be even worse. It is going to be seen more unsafe. Prime Minister Christopher Luxon said that the current stats weren't good enough. Yeah, they're not, mate. We want to see a reduction in child poverty. But I also have to acknowledge it's been an incredibly difficult time. Because he's had so much hard work to do, guys. It's really hard being him. Upston said reducing kids' material hardship was a priority in the government's child and youth strategy. Upston said they have made a number of changes to improve the lives of Kiwi families, such as the in-work tax credit and introducing their family boost policy for childcare, which is why we have parents working who can't afford to feed their family properly. Make sense, right? And I believe it's in here. So they had an update that said Stats NZ has since clarified the data did show a statistically significant increase in material hardship compared to 2022. Which 2022, we were still kind of coming out of a lot of the post-COVID, well, not even post-COVID, we were really in COVID still then. So it's just, I love how Luxon's like, oh, I just want to acknowledge how really hard it's been. But he's not going to acknowledge the fact that it's his job to fix. It's his government that should be doing things to actually help these children, not mean that more than 4,700,000. I did some Googling and I was like, okay, 47,000. Okay, we go for that. And so based on population estimates, 47,000 is just shy of how many people live in the Timaru district. So that's almost the entirety of Timaru district that are living in material hardship as children. Or the Gisborne district, which has approximately between 47 and 52,000. I think Upper Hutt as well was also one of the ones that I found. So yeah, we have entire districts worth of children who aren't getting the basics, which will be affecting their school, which will ultimately affect them for life because developing brains and bodies, they need nutrients. They need to, it takes a lot of energy to grow a kid and they grow quite quick too. Very expensive. It's partially why I'm like, I can't afford to have one of them. But yeah, so and then obviously that made me think about our how our government decided to basically quietly decrease the targets for child poverty. So went back to this 2024 article, 26th of July. Minister defends lowered child poverty targets as achievable. And I believe there's a bit of a radio here, so we'll just let them have a quick talk.
Well, a child poverty advocate is shocked that the government has discreetly softened the target for children in poverty. Now, the 2023 to 2024 target for children living in what's called material hardship set by the previous government was 9%. That, though, has been quietly increased to 11%. Sarita Divis is head of the Child Poverty Action Group and joins us now. Kia ora, good morning to you.
Morena and Brad, how are you?
Very well, thank you. So where did this change come from?
To be honest, I was shocked to hear it. So I don't know. There was no press release or any kind of indication. In fact, CPAG and some organisations on the front line of child poverty, we just met with Minister Upson last week, and we talked a lot about the child poverty targets, and this wasn't mentioned at all. So firstly, I was shocked. So not sure where it's coming from. But secondly, I'm very bitterly disappointed. Like you said, there's the target to halve child poverty by 2028. So disappointed and worried because as a nation, we're going to accept another, on that material hardship indicator, that 17,350 children will be swept into poverty. And we're saying to these children, we see you, we know you exist, but we just don't think we can help you. Maybe someone down the track will. So disappointed and shocked as
Thank you. Sorry, that was awkward. But because of this, I think this is just another thing that really highlights is that we need to not only vote, but we need to get at least one other person to vote. If we all take one brand new non-voter, we could get thousands of extra votes for our Labour, Green, Te Pāti Māori side of the aisle. Because they said, kicking the can down the street, so hopefully someone else will help later. It's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since this. And not only did they think that they could achieve these lowered targets, not only did they not achieve it, they made it worse overall. And these are children, like she was saying, kids only get one childhood. And childhood, if we're talking real small development, 10 years, 12 years before you hit intermediate high school. It's not very long. And every single minute that goes by, those kids are missing out more and more, which is why, again, it is so important that we get people to understand that this isn't just a I hate national. This isn't just a, left versus right. This is I care about people. I care about children not going hungry. Children's brains can't develop properly. And if we have kids whose brains aren't developing properly, they're not going to develop into humans that function necessarily well either. We have to think about the fact that it's not just we can't have our kids in hardship and poverty. Those kids become adults. And those adults often, we've seen the poverty to prison pipeline. A lot of those poor kids end up in shitty situations. I mean, it's only a few decisions that can really make or break some of these kids' lives. And with the fact that we have the working poor increasing more and more, it's insane that you can be working your ass off and yet still you are unable to pay for your kids' food. And then they expect people to want to pay $9 to go on a fucking road. That $9 might get their whole lunch, because that's the other thing too, is everything is so expensive now. It's not like grabbing lunch and all of these things is cheap. Making a sandwich nowadays, especially if you're making a decent sandwich, It's surprising how expensive it is. Like, if you want to get anything that's not the basic cheap bread, you're paying $4 minimum just for the bread. And then forget the cheese and the butter. You got to go for the spread because butter's out of the question. And it's just ridiculous because these kids deserve better and we deserve better. It's just infuriating watching them go and harm a population of children the size of the Timaru district or the size of the Gisborne district. This is something that should be unacceptable to us as a country. I mean, when my mum was a kid, they used to get milk and all of these, food for kids was a priority. But no, that now it's just, nah, you can just make a Marmite sandwich. Just grab an apple. Have you seen the price of apples? Like, I got some apples for cheap this week, but unfortunately, I think they were cheap for a reason because they were not very good. And that's the other problem. It's just the problem. It's just all of this shit is ridiculous. And then they want to go and give taxpayer money to landlords and wealthy people. They want to allow the Peter Thiels of the world to just, take over and not invest fuck all much into this country and just accept that. And we keep accepting it. And it's just not good enough, really. So I see you in the chat there, Mr. Rogers. I see you. Check your Discord. I don't like being by myself, guys. Nah, it's more fun with friends. It's more fun to get angry with friends. And I did see a couple of yeah. See, this is it. Oh, it can't be hard on Luxon. He's busy making tax-free capital gains. Exactly. Bright line tests, selling houses. But God forbid we want to feed our kids. Ridiculous. And they're exactly it. It's going to cost us all more in the long run. The more kids that aren't eating, the more... I mean, it's traumatic as a kid to see your parents going through financial hardship. As someone who was a child of someone on benefit, I watched my mum struggle heaps, and it was hard as a kid because you're like, I don't want my mum to be sad. I don't want my dad to be struggling. And that does a lot to a kid psychologically. Like, this is the other part that I think is really important to actually think about as well, is what is this doing to them now that they're going to have to work on later? That they're going, their relationship to food and all of these things can get extremely complicated. And this is things that our government just says, that's fine. This is acceptable. I'll allow it. But yeah, not much more to say on this one for the night because it's just depressing how they keep doing this. And there's not a hell of a lot that we can do except petition and do everything we can to point these things out to our family and friends, and not in a, oh, haha, I told you that, you were wrong. See, look, just in a way of like, mate, would you want your kid to go hungry? Also, yes, thank you. I did get a degree in psychology. Got to use it somehow, right? Because definitely didn't get me a job. Oh, I hear a rustling. I think we've got a surprise co-host. Ha I just chucked you up
That
there.
was horrible too. It's warm.
Oh.
Kia ora, everyone. Sorry
Kia
I'm late.
ora, Detective Roger. That's fine. No worries. Last
I
time
didn't get
changed.
invited until like 10 minutes before this. I was
No,
over at a youth
it was
group in
more than
Avondale.
10 minutes. Thank you very much.
Whatever.
Don't you
That's when I
don't
saw
jump
it.
on me like that. Yeah, because you're terrible at checking your messages.
I know. I used
Love
to be
you.
so good, but I'm not.
You're
my
living your
mind's in
life.
like
You're touching grass.
exactly. Oh my
And
goodness,
that's
my mind's been
important.
so many so many different
That's
boxes
important.
recently.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's why I was like, if you don't come to that tonight, I'm happy for you to just actually be
But
a
then I felt
human.
bad, so I had to make my way all the way from
Aw.
Avondale into the
I
center
told you you
city.
didn't have to. Oh, fine. Anyway, you have an opinion on this before we move away, instead of being
I
mean
don't
to me.
even. What are we talking about?
You were in the chat talking with us.
Oh, the poverty targets. Yeah, that's not good. That's my commentary.
That's not good. Detective Rogers.
That's
2026.
bad. That's bad.
It's bad, okay? Nah, I mean, it is pretty cooked. It is pretty cooked.
Oh, I just
But
realized
to be
I
fair,
don't have my
Oh.
flare on.
oh no.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it is Pride Month, so you know,
Yeah,
it is
exactly.
it is mandatory.
There we go.
Well, this next story actually, I'm kind of glad that you turned up when you did, because obviously, as a man of the IT sector, I
Uh-oh.
feel like you're
Oh no.
Yeah.
Once again, you don't know what you've done. This hits so close to home.
Have I triggered your trap card, have I?
You've triggered another trap card. This is something I have literally been involved with before.
Oh.
This company. Yeah.
Oh,
I've experienced with MediMap.
oh.
I know some of the team
Oh
there.
shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We've got an expert on tonight, Fano.
I wouldn't say I'm an
definitely planned
expert,
that.
but
Well,
like
no,
I have
you
experience with this
got
service.
exactly. So how
So
good that you could join us tonight. I appreciate that.
and the moment I heard about this, I rung my mum and I said, "You do not believe the bullet you just missed," because they just dissolved their entire company, which used MediMap, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, your parents' company was using MediMap.
Yes, and I
Oh
know
shit.
where they transferred the clients to, they're still using MediMap, so all those clients still would have been affected as well.
Oh
Yeah.
shit. And I guess so for those who don't know what MediMap is, would you be able to just give them a quick little
Oh, it's basically because I can make it. It's essentially a service for tracking patient data. Essentially, I don't know the full scope of what it's capable of doing. The experience I've had was in mental health sector. So this was basically keeping track of, it keeps track per patient. There's notes in there. There's guides on how to interact with the patient and certain quirks they might have. All the patient information you need. Because I actually interacted with it as at one point too, because I needed to cover. Because shockingly, in the health sector, there's a lot of short staff. So I actually had to do some Christmas cover one year where I was looking after a bunch of the residents. Yes. Whilst I'm the one member of staff on the IT staff in this entire company, and I'm like, mum and dad are like sitting there like, we can't get staff, we can't cover, and mum and dad are like, we're gonna have to cover. I'm gonna have to cover this Christmas. I said, you are not covering. You are not going to be working on Christmas. I insisted. I said I will cover. Because I knew a lot of the residents too. Like I knew most of those people because they weren't just residents, especially to me and my dad. Like I'd known a lot of these residents since I was a child. So some of them I knew. Like I'd grown up with these people. I'd interacted with them. It was basically just just like visiting friends all the time. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
But,
I mean, I'm glad that your mum did dodge that bullet, because so I'll just put this up so people could read. Obviously, MediMap Health Portal hack, a wake-up call, cybersecurity expert says. I mean, not too surprising given everything, but we'll go back to Paula, and she'll just give us a bit of a rundown of what happened.
Sure.
Know so far about a major data breach at digital medication platform MediMap. It's gone offline after what the company calls unauthorized activity. Staff at aged care and community health facilities have told staff of irregularities, including some living patients marked as deceased. Others had their names changed to Charlie Kirk. In some cases, ages were altered and patients were reassigned to different facilities. MediMap confirms demographic information such as names, dates of birth, prescriber and location of care were affected. Police, Health New Zealand and the Office of the Privacy Commissioner have been notified. Stuff understands dozens of healthcare providers are impacted, which would put the number of patients potentially affected in at least the tens of thousands. Affected providers have reverted to manual paper-based systems. We'll update this as we learn more.
You're muted.
At least you're here to tell me that this time. They had to tell
You're
me
welcome.
last time.
Oh no.
But yeah, good old paper. Yeah, don't we love a good pen and paper, even though we've converted everything to digital, and this is definitely not going to make a lot of work later.
Yeah, not ideal. It sounds like it's I guess not thankfully, but thankfully for the smaller businesses, it's probably going to affect the larger organizations much worse. The ones where people don't know the patients more intimately. They have multiple locations, because that sounds like that was a lot of the confusion. Was now people are now in this facility, and no one knows what the hell's going on. At least with my parents' company, it was small enough. We're talking somewhere around 30 or so patients, I think, spread around 5 or 6. Like it was communal residents, community housing, essentially. It was like flatting, but for people with special needs, essentially.
Kind of long term.
Yeah, exactly. And these nurses, they all know these patients pretty intimately, so they're not going to be confused suddenly when someone's reassigned to another location. They're like, well, that's not right.
Yeah, well, especially the fact that some of them got registered as dead.
Yes.
That's pretty concerning. Especially if, could you imagine? Thank God they don't have any automated systems that like start to notify family when that happens or something. Because
well, some might. That's what I'm saying about like the bigger ones. They might have that. I don't know how the process works, but like a smaller company, they'd see that and they'd be like, well, that's not correct. I just saw him 2 hours ago. He's alive. So
not much of a worry, but yeah, it's
still horrible.
Well,
this is not a new issue either, because I think I was just watching The Pit. If anyone's been watching The Pit, great show. Sorry, not been watching The Pit. Watch The Pit. Unless you don't like gore, don't watch The Pit. It's about being in a ER room, essentially.
Oh yeah, right, with the guy who used to be on that doctor show.
ER, I think it was.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I think it was ER. Yeah, and they're suing them now or something like that. There's like a lawsuit between ER and The Pit.
Okay.
Anyway, their big plot line so last season it was like, the cliche of like a mass shooting or whatever. This one is they're touching on the hospitals all being hacked, which is, again, seems to be a hot new thing. But as I've been in IT and in the closely to the medical industry for the last actually my entire life, I can tell you this is not new. This is not new. This has just been a decaying corpse for the last 15 years that it's infrastructure. This is infrastructure that we've not invested in, basically. It's the same story.
Absolutely. And that's why actually the other one that I was going to bring us to is obviously Health New Zealand confirms second IT outage in less than a month. So Health New Zealand today, as of what date are we? Oh, this is horrible. Why is it like this? TVNZ, talk to Yoan, make a better website. Health NZ today confirmed an IT outage which impacted hospitals across Auckland and Northland, with the Public Service Association pointing out it's the second critical failure in less than a month. The hour-long outage was resolved quickly without impacting the delivery of patient services, a spokesperson for the government agency told One News in a statement. The outage impacted the transfer of radiology images at hospitals across Auckland and Northland. During the outage, standard backup procedures were used for the reviewing of radiology images. Services were fully restored within 2 hours and there was no impact. God. You see nothing. There was no impact. Fleur Fitzsimmons, friend of the show, the National Secretary for the PSA, said the second critical failure was again exposing how fragile the hospital IT systems are. And it sounds like they've been fragile for quite some time.
Yeah, and I like this quote down here. She shouldn't need another wake-up call. The government shouldn't need another wake-up call.
No, absolutely.
And maybe she's talking about the prior my health breach
Manage
that
My
happened
Health,
before. I
yes,
mean,
yes.
yeah, well, look, there was probably nothing realistically they could have done within that time to make a significant effect. But as I said, this has been so long and such a big problem, it stands regardless. Like, this is not. Remember, wasn't it remember when the Reserve Bank got hacked like 5 years ago?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, does anyone remember that? Yeah.
To be fair, that was like peak COVID times. So
yeah,
I think a lot of us have forgotten that. But yeah, you're right. Because yeah, there was also this one on the 22nd of January. Another IT outage impacts Southern hospitals, staff left in the dark. Another IT outage has struck Southern hospitals, impacting access to patient health records for several hours on Wednesday. The latest in a series of outages that have impacted hospitals on both islands this month, including South Island clinicians losing access to patient records that tracked medication and lab results for more than 12 hours. That's insane. They said the last outage.
And yes, the pit is on Neon, by the way.
Yeah, HBO. Well, we're getting HBO too. I heard that.
Well, we're getting HBO Max, but that doesn't make sense. Well, because they're still not. They haven't been bought out by Netflix yet. So it's like, what's going on? So are they going to cancel the rollout once Netflix buys? I don't fucking know.
Who knows? Health NZ said the latest outage impacted the hospital administration system across the South Island from early in the morning until it was restored before 9:30 a.m. But patient continued safely throughout. Like, you're really not convincing me when you keep repeating it that many times. The outage alert, which RNZ has seen, told clinicians to use offline downtime forms as the South Island patient care system was experiencing issues with site-wide, with users facing error messages and delays. It was being treated as a high priority and was impacting applications, including whiteboards and med charts. Health NZ Te Waiponamu Regional Director Kirsty Martin said the outages were not related to previous outages or cybersecurity incidents. X to doubt?
I mean, they might be suggesting like it's not the same hackers or something like that. They might be trying to suggest that, not that it's related to the same vulnerability. There's no way. I don't think there's any way they could know that for sure right now.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. But yeah, and I mean, it's also like, I think I saw it in another article as well, because obviously, I realized I didn't bookmark it, but there was reports, obviously, of the fact that when this government came in, what did they go and do? They slashed a bunch of IT support. And then lo and behold, this is clearly getting noticeably worse, that something you've seen your entire life is now actually really seeming to start shitting the bed too noticeably for everyone to kind of stop paying attention to.
Yeah, and it's probably things like VPNs, accessibility of those would be making certain things more easy as well, because a lot of these things will just be straight up geo-blocked. Like, you wouldn't be able to access them from like outside New Zealand a lot of the time, which probably means actually using a VPN to try and access from here. That was, I remember that was actually a bit of a. We had a client that wasn't letting us essentially connect to their servers directly from this country, even though we're technically considered a safe country to access from. So this is over an island, and they were saying because of recent cyber security issues over here, they were going to have to set up essentially a VPN tunnel so we could connect to the systems over there, because they were going to geo-block our entire country. Our entire country was geo-blocked from this country and island because they just didn't trust us anymore.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So it's that bad.
Yeah, and we used to be considered an extremely safe country.
Wow,
that
I didn't realize our
standpoint.
reputation in the yet
Yeah,
another part of
our
New
cyber
Zealand's
reputation's gone
reputation.
down.
Oh, first it was the bullshit with Korea and the ferries.
Mhm,
Then it was the bloody Paris Accord.
mhm,
Oh my god, what can't they break, guys?
mhm.
I also saw a comment here from earlier. Did I read that the current system was unable to match the expertise/skill of the dark web? I mean, without a doubt, I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised that that's the case.
Well, we don't even necessarily know what the vulnerability was here yet. I'm not sure, because I don't think they discussed that directly, did they?
No, they
Just
seem to just
yeah.
take it offline. Since obviously
Well,
involving
Manage My
the
Health, did we figure that out either? Because my guess is it was human error, because that's usually the weakest link in most of these systems. A lot of time is human error.
You know
Man in
what?
the
I
middle
don't know if
attack,
I've
phishing
actually
attack.
checked in to see if there was any
Yeah, no,
update
I
to
can't
manage my
remember.
health.
Mm.
I'm curious. I mean, hopefully, maybe if Mr. Alex is in the chat, he's been pretty onto it with some of that manage my health stuff. So I would be curious to find out because obviously I
Well,
use manage my health.
mhm, mhm.
I
And
have to.
if it is a user error thing, that could be directly tied to lack of staff, or layoffs. Possibly people who are doing it might be seen as less important, like things like staff training, or the people. Maybe there was some members of the security team are gone that did the phishing tests, stuff like
Yeah.
that, and someone might have been like, "This isn't as necessary. Everyone knows what a phishing, suspicious email is like. No one trusts a Nigerian prince these days."
Oh, while you're doing that, I'm just googling to see if
Oh, okay.
anyone's got
I'll
any.
keep rambling.
No, yeah, go for it.
I lost my train of thought.
Nah, to be fair, I think I found something here from the New Zealand Herald, talking about. Oh, okay. It says why the Manage My Health hacker set a low ransom and what it says about New Zealand's cybersecurity.
This was
Um,
easy. That's what
it's
that means.
well,
This
that's the thing
is.
it's also paywalled, very unsurprisingly.
Hmm.
Of course, they would put something like this behind a paywall.
I mean, if it was super hard for him to do that hack, he'd milk us. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's
just it's
reflecting the
not
value
really
in the
worth that
ransom he's doing.
much. She'll be
Yeah.
right. This was easy.
This is
This was
easy. I
easy.
look, guys. You pay this small amount. I guarantee in the future I'll be hacking you again.
Okay. The person who claimed responsibility goes by the name Kazoo. We got
Do I have
attacked
my
by
kazoo?
Kazoo for $103,000. Well,
I used to have a kazoo sitting around here.
103,500. Weirdly specific number. So
That
that is terrifyingly not low. That is embarrassing.
Also, thankfully, Laura's here. Can you tell us, please, has that user privacy bill that they were running through Parliament, has that gone through? Did they finish running that through Parliament yet, or is that still in the process, that new privacy bill that they're trying to do? Because, frankly, all of this should be addressed in that legislation if they're doing it correctly. All of this stuff should be included in there. Health data, school data. That was another thing I was very concerned of when I was exiting school in my early 20s, particularly. I was very concerned about the way that schooling's going, and the way that they issue them devices, and that they use all these services with all this metadata transfer, but you don't know where it's going, and that's probably a big concern parents should have. Essentially, mass collection of data of kids in school.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually something I don't think I've considered at all. I mean, obviously, I don't have kids, so it makes sense. I don't really think about children. I'm not,
It's another big oversight, and it should be addressed in this bill, but most likely was not.
Well, yeah, because They pretty much primarily do most of their schoolwork through like computers and cloud
Exactly.
services, don't they?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I
fuck.
mean. It's
Now I'm
so
feeling old.
computerized these days. Yeah.
That's crazy to me. To be fair, I even found it at university was crazy to me. I was just like, wow, I'm not used to this. I bought books and pens and paper for university like an idiot. But yeah, that's the thing is, like, I think we're noticing a lot though at the moment where I think, that kind of critical lack of cyber infrastructure is really coming to fruition, and we're
Yeah.
seeing so pretty much every area where people are finally having concerns about security and all of
Yeah.
these types of things.
Well, and I think part of the issue is people only take it super seriously in very certain situations, like health data leaks. That's stuff that people are like,
Yeah.
oh shit, my health data got leaked. But when you talk about other data, people are usually like, I don't care. It's free service.
I mean,
that's fine.
I'll be honest. I'm terrible with my cybersecurity, and I'm generally that person of like, there's nothing interesting enough to steal. But I mean, that's obviously
It's
a whole
not
debate.
necessarily about interest, but here I'll put it this way: if that data is so unvaluable, why the hell do companies pay so much money
you're
for it? And
right.
why do these guys ransom it?
I
People literally
know.
steal it.
I'm part of the problem. I
got
know for a
value.
fact I'm part
Yeah.
of it. You're right. You're right. And I mean, even just like we've seen from a psychological perspective, the data that they have on us just helps them tweak and customize things that really grab our brains. And yes, obviously there's been the biometrics conversation, especially because I believe I saw an article about they're potentially wanting to give America access to our biometric data.
They got my fingerprints anyway.
I mean, what did you do?
I had what I went to the States.
They
take all your fingerprints.
You?
They take all of them when you go through the border.
Do they do that?
Not even just one. They'll take them all. No, just the US.
That's fucking terrifying.
That's 10 years ago. That's 2016. That happened.
Oh, wait. You're just telling me that everyone who goes to America does this and no one's mentioned it and they were acting like it's normal? That's fucking weird. Oh, and we've clearly seen we can't trust America with jack shit right now. Because I didn't
even take my device because they will reserve the right to completely just take your device, scan it. Even though my device was encrypted and everything, I was like, no, not risking it. So I just took a blank device with me.
Okay, apparently they've been doing this my whole life, and to be fair, people don't really talk about the ins and outs of travel, so I wouldn't know. I've never left the country. My first time on an airplane was when I was like 20. But then this one. So government deciding whether US should get access to New Zealand biometric data.
Yep.
That was another one that I saw that obviously, given everything that's going on right now in data.
So I think until we start applying an even hand to all of this stuff, it's always gonna be bad. We need to, I think, apply an even hand to all data and the way it's accessed, and assume that the data is the most critical, like medical health, and we should work backwards from there, I think.
I mean, that makes sense.
More seriously.
Yeah, it sounds like there needs to be a lot more serious investment in all of our infrastructures, really. I mean, I was actually reading about trains today too, because there was some train news talking about investing $9 billion in infrastructure for railroads.
Part of this goes in infrastructure too. Sorry, not infrastructure. Education. Which, because I've also been I'm a bit of a pusher for pushing computing as a primary curriculum as well, into the other primary curriculums with science, mathematics, English, all that stuff. I think
do they not do computer classes anymore?
It was not mandatory when I was in school.
I mean, I had computer classes, but I think you had to opt into those ones.
Probably, yeah. So,
So,
no, it
yeah.
wasn't a mandatory thing, and I think it's 100% something they should teach in schools. At least, like, just the basics. Here's how a computer works, you know?
Oh,
Just
absolutely.
yeah.
Actually, you just
And yeah.
reminded me, Gary Payinda and Chris Abercrombie, one of our favorite friends of the shows, was talking. I thought I had the other one on. Sorry, guys. You can just stare at this one while I look up BHN. They were talking today. Well, no, not today's episode. In one of the front lines with Gary Payinda, they were talking a bit about how, obviously kids, the cell phones being taken away in schools and how it's actually been quite a good thing, but that Chris was like, yeah, it is actually having a positive effect, but the other half should be teaching them how to be good internet citizens.
Yeah,
Because obviously,
exactly.
no one teaches kids. First of all, we don't teach kids how to be people in terms of emotional regulation and processing and just general shit we should know. But then it's also in terms of that, no one really kind of is clearly giving these kids probably much of a guide of like, hey, this is kind of what you should keep in mind. Or
I think the more direct social interaction, human to human contact, that stuff's sort of partly maybe also you need the break, but why they have social time, lunchtime, morning tea.
yes, he talked about that too,
kind of
actually.
that kind of is the teaching,
Mm.
and teachers will manage that. You have kids fight, you have to make them make up, punish them, whatever the hell
No,
the process is.
absolutely.
But
Yeah.
so we do have a form of that, but there's no way to do that for the internet. There's no way to sit there and demonstrate to a kid, hey, there's someone else on the other side of this that you're harassing this person.
Yeah, they're actually a
it could,
person
could be
too.
they're actually a person. yeah.
No,
But you sit
absolutely.
there and gaslight Chris Chan 24/7. He tries to kill his mom. Like, yeah, you've probably
Yeah.
done some fucked up shit there.
No, I mean, absolutely. And that's the thing is like you just learn through doing, you have a disagreement, you work it out. I mean, at my school, we used to have peer mediators. I don't know if that was common for all schools, but at my
We
primary
haven't.
school, and I was obviously a peer mediator because of course I fucking would be.
I don't think no. Well, we had two choices. You could do mediator or you could do crossing. I did crossing.
Yes, I went for mediator because I didn't want to wake up that early.
Oh, we
Even
didn't.
as a kid, man. No, because you had to
I
get to
don't
school.
think we
I
did
was always
morning
late to
crossing.
school.
I just did an afternoon crossing.
Oh, okay. Night, and now when they made you do morning and afternoon to make it fair and stuff, but
I get the mediator one. That's a power
yeah,
attraction to power. But so that was also my logic for the crossing thing, because I thought this is more power because you stop a
that's not
child.
how that's not how I saw
I
it.
stop
That's
a car.
interesting,
That was how
right?
I thought of it. You stop a
Interesting.
child, but I stop a car. So I was
Whereas
more powerful, in my opinion.
for me, I was always one of those people that was in the middle trying to be the peacemaker. So that was just always
You're
the kind of
centrist.
space. No, it's
Ooh.
just that I want to help people, even though they fuck me off so many. No, because I mean it's funny actually, and I mean this is a slight tangent, but I mean I don't know if you were watching yesterday when Pat was talking with the guest that he had on who did the Hobbit core, and I mean I was always drawn to people, even though I've never, I've always struggled to be around people and really fit in. But for me, things like peer mediator and those kinds of roles, they gave me kind of a set of instructions of how I should be. And that has always made it a lot easier to kind of participate in those kind of social things. It also obviously tends to be a pretty good icebreaker because then you actually you have to go and approach people and talk to them and kind of do those things that can be hard to learn, especially when you're young.
Yeah, these days I'd be great at it, but when I was a child, I would have been a horrible mediator. I would not have been good. I was all spastic. I would have talked about Star Wars or something.
I mean, I literally got it tattooed on me, so same. Me and my friends, we used to pretend to be Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and our friend used to pretend to be Daredevil, and we would laugh in public.
Okay.
And no wonder I got bullied. Like, no, we shouldn't bully, but yeah, there's because like I know that they talked a lot about that in that episode with Chris Abercrombie, just in terms of there's so much, and I saw someone made a comment, they're saying kids aren't living much nowadays, and actually, I there was a part of their conversation that this kind of sparked as well, is that I'm sure we've all seen comments about how kids, especially because they have that technology on them, a lot of them are afraid to just do stuff and be silly, because
Mm.
it's pretty likely that someone's going to catch them on video and post it to TikTok, and they're going to get ridiculed, which is, it's like, he even said kids go to discos and they don't dance. I'm like, what do you mean they don't dance at a disco? Like, that's kind of like a good 60 to 80% of what a disco is. The
I'm
rest
just happy
being
disco's
food.
back. I love the Bee Gees.
Dork. I wonder if they still play Bob the Builder at discos. They did that
Oh my goodness.
every year in primary school for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, I couldn't imagine going to a disco. Like, funnily enough, now as an adult, I'm more likely to be like that, where I'll just kind of awkwardly stand to the side and be like, I'm probably not going to talk to anyone unless they talk to me first. But, it's sad that kids are feeling like they can't just, not even that they feel like they can't do stuff, but that they're not able to explore who they are as easily either, because it's hard figuring out who you are, what you're really like, especially when you're a teenager. You've got so many other things going on, and the technology as well. Add that into
so I'll
it.
say, like, teenager, even like 18, even 20, maybe before pre-25, like under the age of 25, I'm nothing like I am now. Completely different. Like, I'm like hyperactive, loud, obnoxious, inconsiderate, all these things you could probably but like almost the complete opposite.
Yeah, I mean,
even my politics were focused like, so like I didn't give a shit about local politics. I only gave a shit about international politics. Like,
you fucking would
politics.
though. You would have.
Yes,
You would be a
that's
snob
all I
about
cared
it.
about. I know. I was
Just,
like, what's happening here doesn't matter. This is all unimportant. None of this matters.
And now we're sitting here on podcasts going, "Oh my god, it all
gosh.
fucking matters." And
I was a moron.
I know,
Don't
but
listen
hey,
to me when I was younger than 25.
Well, that's the thing, is like your brain start like around 25, 27. Obviously, it's a bit of a range, but that is around when your brain, it clicks into place, it develops. Also, I feel like, just from a basic standpoint of, the more experiences you have, the bigger the data set your brain has to go off of. So, like, you might be afraid to do certain things when you're younger, but then as you kind of get forced to do them, because you probably don't do them on your own volition, you start to learn, oh, okay, it's actually all good. This is, I can do this. And, even just like speaking your mind can be a hard enough one for people to do.
That's contact theory, people.
Yeah, it is contact theory. And that's the thing, is it's really important. And that's like, because that's what I'm really starting to kind of, like, we see it in the way that I think even podcasts and those types of communities are growing. It's because it gives a space where we can actually have conversations that not only do we feel like we're being valued in what we have to say, but that we're also able to value what other people have to say, and can have discourse without, and realize at the end of the day, oh, it's okay if I had an argument with someone and that person doesn't like me anymore. Like,
yeah,
they don't really mean anything to me. Like, I'm never going to see them again. Why do I care?
Exactly. And another important thing, I think, was just self-reflection. Just like, do I like every aspect of myself?
Yes.
What don't I like about myself? How could I improve myself? That's once I started asking those kinds of questions, here I am now.
No, absolutely. And I think that is one thing that I've noticed is common a lot more recently. Because there's one thing where I will say, I think the internet and that kind of stuff has been helpful, in that it has given us a space to kind of get information out to a wider audience, and that information is helpful, even if it's just trying to figure out by, like, I think the boys were talking about it earlier in the week, you start hanging around with too many autistic people, and you go, hold up. I think maybe nah.
I
And then you
fit
go
in a
through the
little too
denial.
well around here.
Yeah, and then you go into the denial phases, which you were so hard in denial when you and I first started being friends. And you're still in denial.
I'm still in
probably.
denial.
Yeah. This guy over here won't take the peer review.
Look, it's not official until I get tested, and
it's not a problem
that could be
until I look
determined
at
on
it.
the result. Well, that could be determined by the results of elections. This is all I'm saying. Once I get free GP visits, that might change whether or not I go through the process of becoming diagnosed.
I'm glad you said the GP visits, because I was thinking you were worried about them like hating you because if you get the autism diagnosis, you might get put on a list. I don't know.
Yeah,
Fascism doesn't like autism, bro. Although you've got
no.
the type of autism that they probably would like, so I think you'll be safe.
Yeah, where I just, I don't know. You describe it for me.
Well, yeah, and also testing's expensive, and also like the thing is, at the end of the day, let's say hypothetically someone self-diagnoses and they aren't technically that, but all of the things that they then learn of how to manage their life, through using techniques that are, developed for people with autism and ADHD, cool. I don't care as long as a person's life is being made easier and better. Like, I had to tell my psychologist.
ADHD, but
oh, definitely a lot more ADHD. I would say there's like an ADHD.
Maybe bipolar. Sure. That's also one I've suspected.
ADHD. I mean, you can have bipolar and be autistic as well. Like, don't limit yourself. You know what I mean?
It's true. But I definitely go through. Yeah, I definitely go through manic phases, and I definitely go through depressive phases. So there's at least that there. So who knows?
Hey, I mean, this is all good stuff that you
maybe
can
that's
note
everyone.
down and tell your doctor when you go and talk to him about it when you get your 3 free GP visits.
I just want Dr. Melfi from The Sopranos because I want a whole lot of Nietzschean, not Nietzschean, Freudian psychology telling me about how I want to, how I fantasize about my mother or something.
Yeah. I say the same self-diagnosis risks people providing treatments for themselves which are not necessary. Yeah, sure. But also at the end of the day, like for me, I had to go through the self-diagnosis route to get to the diagnosed route. I have been misdiagnosed. I got put into the mental health system at age 12. And it took until I think I was 28 for 29 for my diagnosis to kind of come through. And that was only after lots of, like you say, reflection, kind of trying to actually analyze and like look at myself through a different lens. Because when I was looking at myself through the misdiagnosed lens that the professionals gave me, they told me I was BPD and whatever. And because of that framing, everything, like I viewed myself as unable to control this thing. Whereas when I learned it was my autism just low-key being a little, getting a little too fucking intense and other things, it was like, oh, cool, this gives me tools, I read books. I was able to implement like, because you're not going to be able to give yourself treatments as such as like giving yourself medications. You can't just go to the doctor, say, excuse me, I've got ADHD, give it to me. And also there's no pills for autism. So
you're touching on a good point there. So it's,
all
right.
Hey, let's just say, I think even if you don't go through that route, I always encourage people to just look into some of the books, the writings. Like I found one of an autistic actress from Australia. Her name's Chloe Hayden, and she was in Summer Heights High, I think it's called. It's a remake of I think a late 80s, early 90s Australian TV show. And she played an
Summer
autistic.
Heights High, the original Summer Heights High.
Yeah, I think so.
That wasn't 90s. That was like 2000s. Summer Heights High.
No, I think I might be getting the wrong name. It was a Netflix show anyway. But
no. Well, the remake might be. I don't know.
But basically, her depictions were based off of herself as an autistic person. And it was the
Yeah,
first
Chris Lilly.
ever
That was the one.
Oh, no, yes, yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. That was that shitty
Oh,
comedy
okay.
show. No, I'm
Yeah, it
thinking
was
of
a
a
comedy show
completely
with
different
like
thing. It was not
what was
even
the guy?
funny.
Jonah from Tonga and
Yeah,
Janae,
it's not funny. I
Mr.
hated
G.
that
Those are
show.
the three characters. There you
Ugh.
go.
But Chloe's
I remember liking
depiction
it.
of a autistic person was the first time that I'd ever seen a meltdown that reflected my like how I am when I am in a meltdown. I was like watching it and I was sitting there getting so emotional because I was like, what the fuck? Why am I seeing this on TV? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, and it took me down a path of analyzing and learning that, like, yeah, my grandma's got autism, but she was born in
So
1939. So, no, she didn't.
my head just went through a whole tangent and whilst you were doing that, and I
That's
just
fine.
thought to myself, well, I thought about the Jonah character, the Jonah from Tonga, and I
Oh.
was like, wait, did Chris Lilly blackface?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
That just dawned on me now
You only
because I
just
haven't seen.
clicked. Okay,
Well, because I haven't thought about Summer Heights High
that's
since
fair,
I
that's
was
fair.
at like a 12-year-old.
Nah, that's valid. Yeah, that's my bad. That's my bad.
And I was like,
but yes, it was
wait.
Heartbreak High. See, I knew it was something.
Okay.
It was Australian high school based, but yeah, that Heartbreak High was actually an awesome representation. And yeah, anyway, that's my side tangent on
Okay.
being autistic. I love how we went from
Someone needs to.
hospital IT to autism, guys. I love this. This is beautiful.
So, I feel like that I must have been sitting there with my eyes like ping ponging back and forth whilst I think of it, and someone needs to go back and like put that music where it's like zooming in on me while I'm like trying to figure it out. Just ding.
You can edit
Blackface.
that. That's
Okay.
your next job for editing yourself. But to be fair, yeah, I did think back on that and I'm like, man, I even back then though, I thought it was a shit show. I didn't find it funny. It was just
Fair
like,
enough.
oh, okay. I don't
I think
get
I'm
it.
needing to do a review of it now because, like I said, haven't thought about it since I was 12.
Maybe we can try watch some on AT.
We can, but we should
can do
probably move
that.
on.
Yeah, I'm opening links. Don't you worry.
Okay, good.
Don't you worry. Because I'm having to do it all myself today. It's I'm glad you're here though, because that means when I'm trying to do stuff, there's at least like I don't have to try and talk coherently while also trying to find my bloody tabs.
Apparently, Dinosaur is another great show about autism. Wasn't that like wasn't that a movie or something?
I mean,
it was
I'm
a
sure
Disney
it is a
movie in like the 2000s.
Is it a movie or a TV show? Did they say?
Well, they said TV show, so
okay, TV show. I'm just typing
I've
it
never heard
in
of it.
so that way I can remember to look it up. Okay, that's just telling me dinosaur TV shows. That's very generic. We'll figure it out. But anywho, we shall move to. Oh wait, no, I just realized that's a positive-ish story, so we can't.
Oh, we can't talk about positive news. Get out of here with your positive news.
On positive news.
No, it's nothing but misery here. This is the misery train. This is the misery box.
I'm trying my best. Okay, there's a couple of.
Could we have some memes? We've had a request.
Actually, you know what? That's a very fair point. I think we are due a meme break, so I can.
Okay.
I can do that. Let us go into the memes.
Something about Spinosauruses being unicorns? Oh my goodness.
Scottish dinosaur series. Okay, interesting. Hey Biblio, can you note it down? Can you send that to me? Thank you. Appreciate your work.
Apparently there's some super chats for you too.
Oh, cool. This isn't a meme, but apparently you can watch 3 BHNs at one time because Yowen made such a good website, which then I had to put this following meme, Yowen, Pat, and hopefully we'll have the credits sorted by Monday. Me. Oh, shit. Nah, loving your work, Yowen. This is just a couple of fun little messages I saw through the week. What is this charge? Making a trifle? A delicious custard trifle? We talked about Jerry's trifling. Yes, you go.
Is that the YouTuber?
No, that's Twitch.
Oh no, because that looks like
Oh,
a YouTuber I know.
I don't know. It could be. I don't know what Middle
mm,
Earth Marxist gets up to during the day.
I have no clue.
I'm sure they can tell us in the chat. I'm sure I saw them there earlier. They're one of our faithful Twitch watchers. I appreciate.
Okay, it might not be. It might not be them then. It just looks very similar to someone else.
We have 7 Twitch viewers right now. Shout out. I did notice a lot of you in the
Whoa.
chat, so I really appreciate
Kia
seeing you
ora.
here. And obviously Andrew Kai.
You're not a YouTuber. Why do you look like one then? Stop
Maybe you
looking
should
like a
be.
YouTuber.
When you look across and see your meme on your favorite show and your fangirl, I totally get it, dude. Like, even now, when the boys put my comment up, I'm like, ooh. And I'm like, dude, draw this. Oh, yeah, but you know what? Keep the magic alive. Also, Scruffador.
Oh.
This comment was so on point that I had to honor it because not enough people appreciated it.
This
So
is
on the
great.
screen, for those who can't see right now, we have a comment from Scruffador. He looks like Peter Pettigrew, which was in relation to the picture of the former Prince Andrew. And I've put it next to the picture of Peter Pettigrew, and my God, you nailed it, girlfriend.
I
Also
wish all they found left of Prince Andrew was his finger as well. That would have been nice.
That would have been funny. I'm glad a fellow anime watcher is here at least to appreciate this.
Okay.
R.I.P. Light Yagami. You would have loved the Epstein files. Definitely would have been busy.
Oh my goodness.
Right? Could you
Wait.
imagine?
Oh no! Wait, internet exists. I was gonna say because I think he doesn't he need a face or something. I think that's a thing.
Yeah,
He
but a
needs
lot of them are
face.
famous people, so
Yeah, that's why I said the internet
Yeah.
exists, so he'll
Yeah.
be fine.
exactly. I mean, he might get a couple of them wrong, but she'll be right.
Mm.
This one from the Whakataki Times. Wellington City Council reveals plan for much needed second bucket fountain.
I was gonna say that doesn't look like the same place. Is this?
No.
This is just a fucking actual
That's
meme.
Teattle
Right? It's not-
Park. No, they've actually gone, and so that's Teattle Park, which is by Courtney Place.
Okay.
You know, Pigeon Park. A lot of people call it Pigeon Park.
I just knew the one on Cuba Street. That's all I knew.
Yeah. No, they've actually gone, and they've also put. You can see the Tino Rangatira flag, the queer flag, the Palestinian flag, the Ukrainian flag. Very woke.
Okay.
Very woke.
I wasn't sure if that was photoshopped or not. I couldn't
No,
tell.
yeah, it is. It's they did like the attention to detail.
It pops.
Chef's kiss, honestly.
Mm.
And obviously Cursive Creative, who made they actually made this plate. So you can actually buy this plate. Should
shit.
you want to. You can go to Cursive Craft. They're a New Zealand business. It's a woman and her husband, I believe. And you may have seen some of her earrings. She has Luxon as a cunt, Seymour as a cunt, and Fuck Up Winston earrings. You can also get them in different colors.
I'm so fucking mad. I didn't think of this first.
Honestly, it's great. She has some amazing things. Like, I saw one and it was like a butter dish, and just printed on the front, it just says butter slut. And like, I know a lot of people who are butter sluts. Like, Kiwis love their butter. So if you wanna go support local business, Cursive Craft, they're great. Someone posted this picture comparing the Bish and Wayne Brown to I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the names of these Muppet characters and I didn't look them up, but I'm sure someone will tell us.
The first one's
in the chat.
recognizable. I don't recognize the second one.
Yeah, I don't watch enough Muppets. I'm a bit too young for that, no offense, guys. I love the Muppets, but I was more of a Looney Tunes kid.
So many Muppets.
That too. Oh yeah, this is from ANZ Bank, so around 2 billion in quarterly profits while cutting 3.5 thousand jobs, yet they're asking staff to pay $10 for a sausage sizzle at a welcome back to work event. And you can see here, $10 equals 1 sausage, 1 drink, and 1 soft served. $15 gets you 2 sausages, 1 drink, 1 soft serve. Like, how bloody skimpy could you be? $10 for a snag and a drink. And then we'll leave that here for this segment, but we've got National Basic.
I need to shift banks. Fuck ANZ.
Yeah, no, that's valid. That's valid.
I've been putting it off for so long, but everyone should be. We should, as many people as possible, should be fucking moving over to Kiwi Bank. Honestly, we should be doing that. We should be supporting our local
I do
nationalized
agree.
bank, really. It's just something I put off for so long. I need to do it.
Well, I feel like, I mean, especially with all the IT issues we've been seeing and stuff, you know, you want to kind of make sure that they're and also with the ethical boundaries as well. But yes, we got Mark Mitchell, no cops, Louise Upston, no jobs, and no child poverty decreases. We got Simeon, no doctors, Luxon, no clue, Nicola, no furies, Bish, no houses, and Erica Stanford, no Maori words. Oh, words.
I
Close
also
enough.
would have
They tried to
accepted
take both.
I also would have accepted no lunches for kids as well.
Yeah, but
Or
that was David.
worse lunches.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I like that. It's kind of like we live in medieval times because everything is mid and evil. And we'll save some of our memes for later.
Still fixing those basics then. That's just the one
Right?
basic, actually.
See, that's the part that I just still can't get over is just the blatant lies and bullshit.
I'm
It's like, come on, man.
Disappointed you didn't pick up on the Hot Fuzz quote.
Oh, I can't say I watched that more than once.
Someone needs to go make that a meme.
No offense. Sorry.
I'm deeply offended. That's culturally very, very close to me.
I like to withdraw and apologize.
Oh, thank you. We're much more cordial than Parliament.
Oh, mate. Although, to be fair, like, I've seen a lot of parliaments start just over the world are starting to get a bit more fucking feisty.
True.
Anyway, let's keep trucking.
Yeah,
we need to move on to at least this bad thing. So this is a TikTok that I came across, and I feel like we just all need to watch it because it's fucking information, brain insane.
Are we watching anything?
So it's about putting a $5 billion cap. Oh shit! I didn't put it on stage. Whoops.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
My bad. I was listening. I was listening to the man. Hold up. Let's just start him again, eh? Oh fuck.
We can't hear anything.
Okay, weird. Why can't you hear it?
Or I can't. Maybe no, they can't hear.
Okay, let me just I'll stop. I'll turn it off and on again. Should we try that?
Turn off. That does quite often work.
Yeah, it does. Hopefully, although I'm gonna have to bloody refresh it again since TikTok sucks on the computer. So yeah, he's talking about a $5 billion wealth cap. Fingers crossed. I'll make sure this isn't muted. Yeah, no, this should. Hopefully.
I wonder if MediMap tried turning off and on again.
They turned it off. I don't know if they turned it back on again yet, though.
Cap on net worth. I took every.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
Cool.
Single billionaire who's worth more than $5 billion. Figured out how much we could take from them to allow them to still have $5 billion. And first off, I want to talk about how much money a $5 billion is. Let's say that you clocked in at a job that paid $1 per second. That's about $3,600 an hour. Let's say you worked a full day there and then you just forgot to clock out. You're making money even while you're sleeping. If your goal was to eventually earn $5 billion, you'd have to remain clocked in for 158 years. And that's constantly being on the clock, even while you're sleeping at $3,600 an hour. So it is literally impossible. Average person to how much wealth.
What you didn't add is that you're not spending money on anything. You're just gaining money.
That's just generating.
So, yes, that's just you haven't spent any money. So it takes over 100 years.
$5 billion is. But now I went and got every single billionaire and I figured out how much total money that would be. Remember that job that we talked about earlier where you're making $3,600 an hour and you just forgot to clock out? If somebody dropped you off 140,000 years ago when the oldest Neanderthal human hybrid was still alive, if you made $3,600 every single hour until today, you still would not have as much money as all of the billionaires' wealth beyond $5 billion. And by the way, that wealth is collectively shared by only about 300 people. Anyway, follow along if you want to see what we could do with that money. Here's what would happen if we had a $5 billion.
See, that's the bit that hammers it home even more, that it's only about 500 people, I think he said.
300, yeah. Which no,
300,
the
yeah.
reason I knew it was 300 is because the number that's burned into my head: 311 families in this country that own more than the bottom to like 99% of New Zealand. So yeah, I just thought. I mean, even then, I saw a comment of 5 billion is too high. Yes, I totally agree.
Oh yeah,
5 billion is still too high.
but that's
the
that's
fact
why
that
he
we
did
could
it from
take
there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like this is still anyone could say that's an amazing, unthinkable amount of money.
Right? Like, look at what we could do if rich people stop being such entitled pricks. Exactly. And that's why I kind of was just like, I need to share this with you guys because it makes me angry. But it's also like, look, these are things that we can point out to people when they're talking about, oh, you just want to tax the rich because you're jealous. No, I just think $5 billion is more money than anybody fucking needs. And these guys still have even more than that. It's just insane and frustrating. And then we'll quickly blow through 2 small things and then we can get into our positive.
How about the purge? we could try that. You know?
I mean, I think a lot of people. I mean, you're not the first person I've heard that has like been like, guys, this is getting a bit much. Like, when do we? And that's the thing is, we do have to be mindful of like, this is why we have to try and do the action here in our country this year because we need to try and protect ourselves as much as we can from all of this international interference and just stupid oligarchy crap.
Did you wind up doing the super chats?
No, I have not done them yet.
Okay.
We can do them. We'll do them in a sec. We'll just fly through these last more negative ones and
just making sure you're on.
No, yes. Don't worry. Thank you. Appreciate it. This one is a little bit of a side swipe for a second. And this is just going to be a very small bit of information that I want us all to know about the Epstein files. And don't worry, there's nothing like in terms of the details of the Epstein files about to be mentioned. But this
Nothing
is
graphic.
Crazy information to learn.
Said that the 3.5 of the 6 million documents that the public had received regarding the Epstein files is probably not all of it. That's just what we know they have. It's only 2%. It's only 2% of what they have. You can thank the UK for doing the heavy lifting because they were able to view internal emails between federal investigators where they were anticipating processing between 20 to 40 terabytes of data that was Epstein's properties. In 2020, investigators estimated that it was at around 50 terabytes. And in 2025, officials wrote that it's approximately 14.6 terabytes of archived data. The 3.
You're muted.
14.6 terabytes of information. IT, sir, can you please just give us a bit of a scale of how fucking big that is?
14.6 terabytes?
Yeah.
Let's see. Fucking hell. Kilobytes 1,000, then you've got 100,000 megabyte, I think, and then you've got million, I believe, is gigabyte, and then I think it's 1 billion is a terabyte off the top of my head, and then I think you got petabytes after that. I think I did that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's probably about 16 of my whole hard drives that I have, and that's. We're probably just talking mostly text documents as well. So text documents should be in the kilobytes.
He's actually about to go into this, so great segue.
Kilobytes to megabytes. You're typically talking text documents, PDFs. So it's this would be, and they're short, mostly short emails too.
Yeah,
mostly short emails. So we're talking about I don't fucking know how many emails.
5 million documents that we have received, the public, is only 300 gigabytes, or 2%. I need you to understand how big 1 terabyte is, let alone 14.6, let alone 50 terabytes. If we put this into the context of PDFs, right, like the ones that we have for the current Epstein files, 1 PDF may have 50 pages in it. It may have 1 page, depending on the file sizes, of course. But we are looking at upwards of millions of PDF files in 1 terabyte. If we put this into the context of video footage, 720p, let's be generous and say it was 720p, 300 to 400 hours in 1 terabyte. And now if we take into context their hidden cameras where the quality is lower than 720p, it's 360 or it's something in between. We're looking at thousands of hours of footage in 1 terabyte. Ignoring Pam Bondi's recent hearing, because I've never seen someone look more guilty in my life, her coming out and saying, we've released them all, we're not releasing any more of the Epstein files, after identifying to the public that there's 6 million and they've only done 3.5 million, and now we find out that that's only 2%, this is going to be very, very bad for the people implicated. And people outside the US are going to be the ones to find it, in the UK and in France, because...
Which is true. I mean, it took the UK going for former Prince Andrew, because his real name's too long to say.
Actually, no, that's a better way, I think, to equivocate the power of what's in these documents. Only 2% was enough to bring down a member of the royal family. Only 2%. So
well, and also, I mean, you know, he said it's really bad for those implicated in it, obviously referencing the perpetrators. But for me, I'm going, but how many victims, how many people have been harmed within 50 terabytes? Like, sure, I'm sure there's probably heaps of double ups of the same people. But even if there is, that is still too many children and too many babies and too many young women and men. Like, it's horrible. But that's also why I needed us to all know this, because when I learned it was only 2%, I'll be honest, I got real loud. I got real loud because the foo-foo was blowing. It is just absolutely fucked. And I just really, really hope that, like, whatever... I'm sick of these files. Give me the trials. That's what I need. Less files, more trials. That's the motto when it comes to that stuff. And then just real quickly, we'll touch on this story. Because turns out our government, who is so efficient, has newly formed Bioeconomy Science Institute to cut 134 jobs less than a year after it was formed. So that comes on top of 152 job cuts when the institute was set up as a merger of ag research, Manaki Whenua, land care research, plant and food research, and Scion into a single organization. Just making it smaller yet again.
I mean, country's booming, man.
All right. I know, there's really not much to say about it. It's just...
We're doing great. But the Dow is up.
Isn't it over 50,000 or some dumb thing like that?
I think the Dow was over 50,000. Yeah, I heard that.
But then I guess before we go into our more positive side of the show, I think we'll go through those chats. Where am I looking? Because I know we got some super chats. We got Rygen for $2. Thank you. Congrats to the UK Greens on their win today. Yes, that was also the other bit of news that came in just before the show. A Green member beat a Labour member for local, I think it was their local election, which is the first time in a very long time. So congratulations. Where are we? Laura for $2. Big Hiri Aotearoa tonight. I mean, low-key isn't it? We've gone. Oh, you know what I forgot to do at the top of the show? I forgot to put that bloody form in that I was going to get people to vote on. That's all right. We can do it now. So that they can vote on what time you and I stream tomorrow.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes, because the detective and I are going to do a bit of a fun stream tomorrow.
We failed our Monday stream.
No, we
So-
didn't fail. We were sabotaged by capitalism and technology.
Yeah, bad
So,
ram.
yeah. But since we're going to be doing it tomorrow, I can't do it from this account. Let me open my other one. But basically tomorrow we're going to do a stream, and I thought if you guys wanted to put in some input on what time of the day you think that we should go live, then we'll look at it at the end of the show and see which.
Oh, we're gonna have
time slot
so
wins.
much stuff to go through as well, because we've got pretty much all the stuff from
Yeah,
from,
Rogers makes me
on
do heaps of work,
Monday and-
guys.
yeah, I know.
But no, it's good. It's good. So
I know I don't pay you, but you gotta earn earn your bread somehow.
Hey, I mean, I do it for the love of the grind, and I do it for the love of
So do
sharing
I.
information. I've always been into that. And then we got Eric Raider, Mr. Alex for $20. Thank you very much, Mr. Alex. Just wanting Green M's and Detective Rogers' opinion. The Reddit bad parking of New Zealand is looking at shutting down because Ute, Ranger, and other off-road drivers and sovereign citizens and cookers are defending entitled parking.
Interesting. I gotta look into that one. I wasn't aware of that subreddit, so
Interesting. That
I want to check that out.
I'm like, that seems strange that they've all just flooded into the bad. Like, why? I'm kind of
What-
curious from like an anthropological, psychological.
I'm gonna start looking
perspective.
into this as soon as we go
Okay.
offline, and I
So
think
tomorrow
we
we
might,
might
look at
be
this
able
tomorrow.
to, okay. So tomorrow we might be able to get more opinions to you. I think
I'm writing that down.
I'm not the Reddit guy out of the two of us, so I know that the detective will really get into that. But I'm just surprised that there seems to be such a raru over something as simple like that, especially to close it down. Like that's insane.
Well,
actually.
Also, you got to keep in mind the cookers and right wingers. They need an NZ page to go and swarm to because they keep getting theirs deleted. So
Oh, true. No, that's right. I do remember hearing about them getting their one deleted.
yeah,
that makes sense.
Aotearoa,
Not nowhere
New
to
Zealand, I believe, which was so like, wait, you guys called it Aotearoa, New Zealand? You must have really been out of names to settle on that one.
Right? That's insane. Also, I realized I should take this off screen. Bibliosphere for $3.49. Oh, I always love a very specific number. Dinosaur is another great show about autism, which I'm sure I will be watching. Yes, Andrew K for $2. I still don't know how to pronounce your name, sir. Please let me figure that out at some point. I'm not the only accidental muter. No, you're not. Unlike Pat, who loves to burp into the microphone, I like to do all my body noises muted because I'm
very self-conscious about that too.
Oh
yeah,
my
I
god,
get it.
dude. I accidentally did it muted at one point. I was like, man, God damn it. I don't my nana raised me better than that. You know what I'm saying? But thank you for your super chats. And now we can we can get to the fun stuff. This is just a meme. We're not going to talk about this story. We're just going to laugh mostly at because this video.
Oh yes, I saw this.
This video isn't even got any sound or anything. So it's just Andrew Little, and the title is Beach where Wellington Mayor Andrew Little took dip, now rated unsuitable for swimming. So, yeah, Wellington's South Coast beaches have been rated as unsuitable for swimming just 2 days after the mayor went for a swim in Lyle Bay. He's really jumping under the water, too.
You know what this entire fucking situation reminded me of? It reminded me of the scene in South Park with the gluten, and the guy eats the gluten to prove it's good, and then his dick flies off.
Yeah. Also, the social media girl in having to be in the ocean. Look at her. She is committed to her job. She is getting covered in poop water.
She better be getting his pay.
Right. I mean, you don't want to. Oh, God. Well, that's the funny thing is like, I've been so gutted because I was like, I really wanted to get a swim in the beach this summer. And then all of that happened. And they're like, oh, nah, it's safe to go in the inner bays. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's surrounded by poop on the outside. You cannot tell me I ain't catching strays somehow.
Yeah, no,
And
you're
also,
surrounded. It's a ring of poop, but you're fine. It's a little hot spot.
Well, then, but also there's been more dolphins coming in because obviously humans aren't bothering that part of the ocean. So these poor dolphins and stuff having to swim through poop just to come into the nice harbor. Like, my green heart bleeds when I fucking see this shit. But also, haha, Andrew Little. Oh, that's it.
Well,
that's the
maybe
story.
nature should hurry up and adapt and evolve into poop-eating fish. There you
You
go.
sound like
That's the solution.
them. But now we're going to go into some
Them.
positive news. So I just happened to see today when I was perusing through that survivor Kelsey Waghorn, who survived the White Island eruption, has written a book. Yeah, no, this was news to this came out of nowhere for me in the news today, but I thought, yay, we needed something positive. And so I will let her have a little bit of a corridor with you all. We'll get that up. Yeah.
Of surviving White Island. The book is centered around my struggles with both my physical journey of healing from burns to 45% of my body, but also the mammoth task of getting my nervous system and my brain back in check. So there's a lot in there about how I managed to actually pull myself out of the darkest places I've ever been. The most challenging part of the book to write would have been all my mental health stuff after the eruption. My brain was not very functional, so there was a lot of the book that I don't actually remember post-eruption, purely because my brain was so focused on trying to survive that I relied heavily on old Instagram posts, old journal writings, and my mum, a lot of it. So you can pre-order the book now online. You can get it from Book Hero, and you can get it on release day.
Yeah, so not the greatest audio. Don't know what was up with their audio, but yeah, so I just thought that was really, really interesting to see that she's gone and put out a book, but I'm also really, really keen to actually read that, to be honest.
Yeah, I've never been much like a journal person, but I've always been like regretful, kind of, that I've like never had one, and kind of because I've been like, man, I wish I had like this thing that I could go, but I don't know. Every time I sort of think about doing it, I'm just like, I can't do this. I can't write just what's going on. It would just be endless rambling, like, you know.
But sometimes that's the good part about it. And I mean, I think when it comes to journaling, I mean, it's never too late to start. I mean, I used to journal a lot as a kid. I actually low-key really need to get back into it. I have tried at points, like I've had a few books that I've bought that actually I almost filled one of them, which was like the furthest I've gotten in ages. But I have my own personal Discord, so I've actually made a journal channel for myself. So whenever I actually remember, I can just pop it in there. But I think it's really awesome that she's been able to kind of come and bring such a for those who don't know, her burns were very, very extensive. Well, also I think we'll go and we'll just quickly have a look at. Wants to show us ads. Can you play the ad?
Okay. I was gonna say, why are we seeing like a fancy house?
Yeah, no, I wanted to play us an ad. But this is her talking on News Talk ZB, which I think we should just have a quick listen to.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Very good, thank you. Can I start by actually asking how you are mentally and physically these days?
I'm good. I'm really good. I'm very busy, which I like to be. So busy is good, which people kind of think, I think, a coping mechanism, but it's not. I just like being busy.
How do you feel about the book?
Nervous.
Well, it's an incredibly personal story.
Yeah, which I keep getting told, and I keep thinking, oh my God, have I said too much? Like, have I been too personal? But all the reviews I've had thus far, which albeit is not many because it's not out yet, have been really good. But yeah, everyone's like, oh wow, it's very intimate, very personal. I'm like, oh, is it? Sorry.
No, it's nothing to apologize for. I think people really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, I started reading it and I read it in a day. I couldn't put it down. I had to keep going.
Yeah.
Has it been a cathartic process for you writing this book, or was it just something that you decided to do and you get it done?
Yeah, it was kind of just like a knee jerk, like, yeah, all right, let's do this. I'd been very gently pursued by HarperCollins for about 5 years. And yeah, so it was sort of just never the right time, either mentally or because of all the court cases and stuff going on. It just didn't feel safe to do. And then randomly, December 2024, where are we now? 26? Yeah. I was like, bugger it, let's do it. And they're like, yay. And I was just like, let's do it in less than a year. And they were like, okay. So smashed it out last year. So I could sort of get it done and not have it sort of looming over me for already more than it already has.
Kelsey, what can you remember from White Island that day in the eruption?
Pretty much all of it. Yeah, like the day started as per usual, normal tour. Did 90%, well, probably not quite 90%, 75% of the tour as per usual. And it was, as far as we knew, normal until it wasn't. And then all of a sudden it was very abnormal. Or abnormal for the tour, not abnormal for a volcano, right?
What you lived through.
Which is crazy. I also love the timing of the police going past as she says in an emergency. What a hype from Auckland. Thank you, Tamaki. Thank you, Tamaki. But yes. I mean, it sounds like a
always exciting around here.
Really interesting book for if anyone's interested to read about it and her journey. She seems to have quite an active social media, so if you'd like to go and follow her on Instagram, just look up Kelsey Waghorn. But yeah, because I mean, I remember obviously when that happened, it was such a massive thing for the country.
Yeah, so I might have misheard what she said earlier because she just said she could remember the entire event. So was she meaning post-event the stuff that she couldn't
so post-event that she can't. So more in terms of her recovery. And actually, there's a bit that they go into a bit further that I'll just summarize. But it was really interesting because she said that when she was in hospital, because she had to drag herself like off the boat. And so she obviously had sustained quite horrible burns. And she actually refused to let her family come in and see her until they'd given her, more pain medication because she just didn't want her family to have to see her, suffering like that. So yeah, she seems like a really, really, really awesome chick. And I believe that she's her and some of the other survivors have also gone on to do fundraising campaigns and things to help other survivors and also just other causes as well. Because obviously in terms of her recovery, hospital stuff, like yeah, huge journey for her. But just something a little positive to see that she's managed to get a book out, and I'm just really excited to read it.
It's a really unique story,
Yeah.
From a small club, like a unique few who are there, like so.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, how many people live in a country where something like this could even happen? She went from just working to her entire life being completely flipped upside down. But she said that there has actually been some positive aspects in terms of like her recovery taught her to really appreciate the basics that we all take for granted, really, like being able to put your clothes on by yourself, being able to, walk without pain, like a lot of these things that, she's obviously had to relearn. And just a really, really strong person who seems to also really care about her family, because a lot of it, and even just some of the interview she had on ZB, was very much focused around she cared more about her family not worrying about her in some ways, in some aspects, which is, yeah. I would love to get her on. I probably will send her a message and see if we could maybe get her on at some point. But I only learned about her book and everything today, so definitely someone that I want to keep an eye on. And then we can just go into some last little quick PSA, good news, small things. Oh yeah, actually, I got something for you in here that we'll finish on, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I was just going through, I found something came up on my timeline. But first, I thought I would let people know about 2026 Fertility-Based Futures and Anti-Racism Online Conference. So this is a free conference that anyone is able to come and sign up and go to. And they'll be talking a lot about kind of what can be done and how we can work together to really create, a fertility-based future kind of idea, teach people what like it truly means to be anti-racist. Yeah, 20 webinars that will be free to everyone between the March 21st and March 26th. And I believe my computer's being a little shitty.
Yeah, you're getting a little.
Why are you doing this,
choppy
sir?
there.
It's deciding it wants to slow down because I think it's shit open.
Whilst we're
Let
on
me
things
just close.
happening,
Let me just
I'm
close
not
some
100%.
unnecessary things.
Okay, I'm not 100% sure of the
Mhm.
details because my sister only mentioned it today at lunch. But she did say, I think that Chloe Schwarbrick is doing a speaking event or something. I believe it's at St. Benedict's Church, Central Auckland. I'm not 100% sure about the details.
Yes.
You might need to go check
Yes.
socials, guys. But I believe she does have a speaking event on this weekend. If anyone wants to
I
go see
believe,
that.
I believe I saw her socials, and it was supposed to be around a lot of the homeless stuff that's
Yeah,
been
it's on the
happening in Auckland.
move on orders, and stuff like that.
Yes, the
So
move on orders. Yeah.
I
And
will try and go and
then
attend if I can get the time. But
there's also I recommend going and looking at a website called Iwi Tautoko. And this
Thursday,
is
according to
essentially
Andrew.
oh, awesome, Thursday.
Or
Also,
is
I'm
he
sure if
talking
you
about
look at
Marama? Please clarify, Andrew, if you're talking about the Marama thing, maybe.
Marama will be in Tauranga next week. Yeah.
Yeah, he might be talking about that.
So there's also this Toiwi Tautoko, which has a bunch of training opportunities for non-Māori people who want to support tangata whenua. Go to this. It's got awesome resources, trainings you can go to. Can you stop, computer? It's getting mad, guys. I don't know why it's getting mad.
You're cursed now.
I know, right?
Well, if you want to know how to fix it, first you need to do an entire shutdown reboot
No,
process.
I'm not doing that.
Then you need to back up your machine. Then you need to reformat your drive. Then you need to realize it didn't fix the issue. Then you need to diagnose all your hardware and finally figure out it's bad stick of RAM. Oh no, I'm full screen. What? Did I lose you? Oh no. You've ruined me. All right, what to talk about? There was once a man named Drew who liked to live in a poo. No, I don't, that's horrible. I'll see if I can. I'll sing. I'll serenade everyone. Nobody has too much heavy no more.
I do not know what
I'm
happened.
waiting in line.
You
Sorry,
called
I
me
started.
cursed, and then I got cursed. As soon as I was just like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?"
I legit thought you were fucking with
jinxed
me.
me.
I thought you full
No.
screened me just to fuck. You're like, you
I'm
want to
not
run the
that
show?
fun. Nah, I am that funny, but nah, not this time. And also, yeah, I can't afford to fucking replace RAM. So let's not curse me. Anyway, let's get through these
$400
last
for a
couple
replacement sticker.
things.
No. This thing's warranted. I'm not gonna pay. Hell no.
This I see what's happening. No, I know what's happening. It's because I'm using a different fucking thing. Don't worry about it.
Nobody gets too much heaven no more.
Okay, well, at
It's
least we've
as
got
high as a
the
mountain
last
and harder to
video that I wanted to play. Shut up.
Sorry.
I love you, but shut up. All right. So what did I have here last? Fuck. I closed most of it. Oh yes, housing petition. If you go to just look up the Greens housing 2026, they have a petition. They need 5,000 signatures to try and petition for a home for everyone. So highly recommend. I'd show you guys it, but you know what? I'm not trusting this shit no more. I'll chuck the link into the chat. And
I would love to come sing at the Green Party conference. That is something I would do.
See, you need to come to AGM because it's going to be in Auckland. Wait, are you a Green
Can
Party
I sing
member?
my song about rich people?
You have to
Rich
become a Green
people-
Party member right now if you want to even have a chance, and I'm not kidding. Because if
nah,
you come
maybe
to
I'll-
AGM, you can be a part of the Greenathon. So they have a Greenathon, which is kind of like a telethon, where people
Yep.
get up and they sing and they dance, and we raise money. So it's not even a joke. You could do that, but you need to sign up to the Greens. So haha, I'm going to make you become a Green Party member. I was going to quickly
join and then leave. Just after
No, I mean you can if you really want to.
Okay,
but...
I'll create a controversy and get kicked out of the party then.
No, okay, nah, you're not allowed to join if you're gonna do that.
Yeah. And I'll become a splitter and make my own party.
We were going to have a quick look at some of the Greens UK and the Mamdani, but you know what? I don't trust this shit. So I think we're just going to go to a final video since we're almost at time anyway. And
because the Greens aren't extreme enough, James. That's why I would leave the Greens.
Yeah, he wants a far, far left party. We're not far enough left.
Yeah, no, we're going IRA on this bitch.
Right. Well, you are. I'm not associated with that. Legally, that has nothing to do with me. I don't know this man. But I saw this funnily enough right before the show, so I was like, oh, I hope you're going to be here because I know you love some Susie Cato. So we're going to finish on some Susie. Or no, actually, you know what? I'm going to rephrase that. We are going to go into the weekend with the beautiful voice that is Susie Cato.
See you later, Bob. I've really got to fly. See you later, Bob. It's time for us to end. See you later, Bob. I'll be back again. So long. See ya. In no hora. Goodbye, my Bob.
Do you know him?
And that was the crossover that I really needed to see as well. Like seeing like two of my favorite Maori content creators and Susie Cato doing stuff, I'm just like, yeah, hell yeah. Also, at first I thought she was gonna fully do it in Te Reo Maori, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be crazy. But that was funny. That was funnier. I much prefer that.
Oh, she's so wholesome. Lovely.
I know. I love Susie.
Make that lady queen.
And I realized I wasn't able to have I'm going to send a link to you in our little secrety private chat, and I'm going to need you to go check the results of the poll, see if anyone... Did I put it into the chat? I think I did. Could you imagine if I didn't?
Private chat.
That would be so embarrassing. Oh, nah, not the... Too many chats that you don't answer.
Too many chats. Too many chats.
Speaking of chats, I'll just double check. I went through. That's right. We do have at least another super chat, but also some comments that I highlighted. Private third-party data holders becoming a problem. Absolutely. Oh yes. Also, it turns out they got bought by Paramount instead of Netflix with the HBO corridor earlier. Also, I've been told it's Andrew Kai. What a fucking mint name! Thank you very much. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate carrot emoji?
Is that why he made his stream food thoughts? Kai for your thoughts, I believe. I think he ends his stream. Clever.
Fucking look at you. I'm just also really loving the Twitch emojis. They are so fun. And also Andrew Little Poo. Most developments do happen during disasters or something, right? And yes, usually in conflict is where growth happens. And then
sorry, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with the doc you gave me.
It's open it up in our Aotearoa tonight. so I can see the answer.
Well, it just wants me to vote.
Oh, go into forms under our actual account and open it.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I
Right,
forget
so-
you're not as Google Docs first.
No, I don't use it.
Middle Earth Marxist. Are you watching us on 2 different streams? Fucking shout out. What a G. Ngā for a fantastic Friday stream, AT comrades. Thank you so much for your super chat. And Andrew Kai for your thoughts. Kai infesting your brain. Hey, our kids need Kai infesting their brains because they're developing. Exactly. It's important.
I think I'm defeated. I have no clue what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm looking for.
I can try do it, but it might just ruin everything. So we'll
Okay,
see.
I'm clearly not as good as I thought I was at my job.
It's fine. You've got your strengths and I've got mine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I don't use Google stuff.
nah, yeah, Google. I'm very well versed in Google Suite now because, well, I like that things can be across everything. Okay, 6 to 9 p.m. That's the time we got given.
Okay.
So tomorrow at
Late
6
stream.
p.m. I mean, we can
Mhm.
start earlier if you wanted. We can do it.
No.
later.
I'm just saying it's going to be a late stream.
Oh
That's
God, how
fine.
long are we going for? But yes, if you'd like to come and join us tomorrow, we'll be on Aotearoa tonight. You can just look us up on YouTube, Aotearoa tonight. Obviously, want to say a huge shout out to everyone for watching tonight. An even bigger shout out to Detective Rogers for joining me, even though it was very last minute. And I didn't mean to dump that on you. But I think it's been good. It was nice being here by myself, but it was also nice when I was no longer alone. And so I'm going to I forget this
Any
is my
chance
job
to
now.
ramble incoherently, I will jump at it. So, you know.
Yes, no, and that's why I know I can always rely upon you. But no, it's
I
been
love
great.
the guest bag. So
It's been great hanging out with everyone, and obviously it's Pride Month, so of course we have to be very, very gay for Pride Month. Also, if
shit,
you're in
I'm not like-
Wellington, Pride is starting soon. I believe Ōtautahi has Pride March on the 1st or 2nd of March. So check your local events. Otherwise, we should probably get these credits up. I think I know how to do it.
Hey.
No, what have I done? Why does it do that? See, this is the thing I think Ems had finally figured out, but no one is. I don't think
Uh-oh.
I got told how to press it. We might just have to.
Let
Weird.
us settle a debate.
Can I
Whether it be
please?
fluffle or funny.
See,
even
I
if
want to
we're
actually
all
do
creatures of hate.
that. We're gonna do a video.
It's a
it's
fine line.
explained in
We'd
my
be
head.
living together. Something to berate.
To berate.
I think.
Of course,
Yeah.
you'd remember berate. But yes, Aotearoa
Yeah.
tonight is going to be on Saturday as well as Monday. Obviously, the boys will be back here on Monday from 9 p.m. with Pat and Chewy. And next Friday, we should have the pink seat and the green seat back. Will be watermelon again. So we'll see how it goes. We might not be able to say goodbye to you near the end of the credits, but fuck it, we ball. And if not, keep cool till after school and touch grass and convince at least one non-voter to vote. Anything else you want to leave the whānau with in case we can't come back?
Live long and prosper.
Fucking nerd. All right. Night, whānau. Love yous.
Help us settle a debate, whether it be thoughtful or funny, even if we're all creatures of hate. It's a fine line that we're walking together. For better, push aside the temptation to berate. Let's take a note of the corners we stand in. As many points as the hairs on my chinny chin chin. When the news that we're watching is hairy, knowing all the things that we
We're still here. I just wanted to do this for fun because the boys sometimes do it. We can be the
Oh my
Marvel.
God.
Yeah, we're the MCU. I didn't realize how to take it off. Haha, look, we're back. I just wanted to do it because Pat and Julie do it sometimes. Haha. Happy Pride Month.
Yeah, we gotta do the Skeletor. I'll be back. Oh. Summer high.